Welcome, everybody. Another podcast on Marketing 101 for chiropractors. This week, laterals. Some of you are doing laterals and you don't even know you're doing laterals. And some of you are like, what are laterals? And then other of you are like, I want to do laterals. Let's talk about laterals. What's a lateral in a business? A lateral in a business is like a side, another ladder in your business, right? So chiropractors and health providers will do their service and climb up the ladder. They would just want to serve more and more or do more or charge more to just climb up the ladder to make more, right? It's one ladder. You're working as a team to go up this ladder. A lateral means we're going to bring in another ladder and work on this on the side. We could hire somebody external to this. Some of you are doing this, something like massage therapy. It works when you make them a W-2. When you make them, or no, it works as a 1099 as well. It depends how you set this up. So a massage therapist that's given an opportunity in your office to build their massage therapy clinic is a lateral. I think what we end up doing is we knock down that ladder and we make it part of the main clinic as a referral system. Like, hey, Sally, you need to go get a massage. And it just becomes incorporated in there and it makes a little bit of money. But successful massage side hustles in the business have the massage therapist doing it all, and they're just compensated for the massages that they do. So the more that they do, the more that they're paid, like a 1099. That's an example that many of you have in your office and that you do. That's kind of cool, right? So that's an example of a lateral. Lucrative laterals are the ones that are profitable and don't take you away from the mothership. Okay, the mothership is your chiropractic office. It's is what you do. So laterals, you want, and this is what we chase. All of you do it because I'm as I coach more and more, I just see everyone chasing the shiny thing. What makes the most money? I'll do it. And be careful because you can get yourself into trouble with that kind of stuff too. But there's smart laterals that you can be doing in your office. There's just ways. Remember, time versus money. Your time, you're consuming so much of it adjusting and servicing patients that you only have a limited amount of extra time to do more work. And then the rest of it is play, right? Family and yourself. So you be careful with this. So it can't be you. My example and what I've done over the last 2 years is more associates. So more people. It costs more money in the beginning, and you invest into people. Kind of cool. That's a cool investment to start helping you with the main lateral. Great. The overhead goes up because your salaries go up, but that's okay. Your payroll goes up, but that's all right. The thing is that we're going to climb this ladder faster because now there's 4 of us, right? Then it opens you up to do a lateral. If there was something that you wanted to do, me, it's sitting in front of a computer with a mic talking into doing podcasts that, yeah, hopefully help you. That's one of my laterals, but it opened me up to do this. Otherwise, 350 visits a week, 400 visits a week. I got to be there full time to do it myself, right? So it just doesn't happen. So that's how you do that. Then you open up the laterals. Okay, so laterals can be within your office. Massage is one of them. Decompression is another one. People, the upper cervical group is so fun. I love those guys. I go to it and I feel like a little bit of an outsider because I know what they're thinking. They're like, oh, Enrico, man, I don't even know if he does upper cervical. I don't even know what Enrico does. And I'm just doing more and more stuff. So it is super confusing, but some of them will be, are you not even like upper cervical? Do you do? I'm like, that's all I do. What do you mean? That's all I do? I adjust the spine. I adjust upper cervical. That's all I do. Like we take Blair films. I do, the analysis. I'm scanning at CBCT. Like I do that. They're like, but you do all this other stuff. I don't do it. I don't have an acupuncture license. I don't have a massage license. I don't have, I don't have that. I don't physically do that stuff. I hire people to do it. And then they're like, oh yeah. I'm like, all I do is like, I walk in, put my head, I adjust with Titron, adjust, Titron, high five, next patient, Titron, adjust. Like that's how we do it, and full spine adjusting. So no, I do. And they're like, oh, very cool. So, but you can hire people to do it. So spinal decompression has been an awesome addition in our office, and people pay for it. It really works. You got and know your demographic. That's an example. These are laterals. Weight loss, another lateral. Infrared saunas in the office, another lateral. Like these can be laterals in your business. Again, chasing the shiny thing, cryotherapy. I don't advise that in your office for multiple different reasons. Hey, and if you have questions, put them in the comments below, or email me at dr.dolcecore, Dolcecore. You better know how to spell my name by now. Dr.dolcecore, Dolcecore at gmail.com. It's my direct email. Email me and, because I've gone through all the technologies. Cryotherapy, haven't bought them all. I've just gone through the rabbit hole with all of them. So if you have anything, and I love it because one of you will come to me with something new, and I'll be like, "What was that?" And then I'll go look into it, and I'll call you back like, "Don't run, don't do that." Or maybe it'd be great, do it. Regenerative medicine, we're actually bringing this stuff into the office. I have to sit down my associates every quarter and be like, "Guys, I have an idea," and everyone just kind of stops breathing for a second. I'm like, "We're gonna do regenerative medicine in our office," and they're like, "Wow." Well, how is this going to work? We're bringing in an outside group that's going to come in and do injection therapy. How's that? This is going to be cool. Line up your patients that have rotator cuff issues, meniscus, ankle sprains, yada, 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 that could benefit. And let's try this. Great. My wife's like, what? How much is this going to cost? I'm like, 30 grand, but we'll do it. We're going to test it. And she's like, oh, okay. Yeah, we could test it out. So laterals in your business are smart laterals that help you grow, but there's strategy in this. In all these stories I'm telling you, you either free up your time by hiring someone to do it, or you break up your time. I said that backwards. You hire people to either take over what you do so you can do it, or you hire people to do the laterals. Like, let's say weight loss. You could hire a health coach. You could hire anyone for this because it's not supervised. It's not guided from your state department. So anyone can come in as long as they're under your business corporation and liability. They can come on in and run your infrared program, your weight loss program. They can run whatever it may be as a lateral in your business. When you say laterals and you actually take the time and set them up well, they're 6 figures and up. So I'm not joking here. This video is worth it. Some of you are going to do it. This is going to push you. Be like, I've been thinking about doing this. I watched that video and we go, I'm going to do it on Monday. I'm just going to try it. Let's go. I'll invest. I'll get the $3,000 license to do whatever it is that I'm going to do, coaching or whatever it may be. And I'm going to do it. And it's going to add 6 figures to your business like this year. So, I mean, listen or don't listen. It's up to you, these laterals, but the things that you may want to do. Now, when do you do a lateral? You do not do a lateral when you're struggling in practice. I will repeat, you do not look for the new shiny thing when you're struggling in practice. How many of you have friends that buy the new cars? That some of my neighbors, like I'm not in an affluent, Hamptons, New York. I don't live there. And so my neighbors, you think they'd be like similar to you, but I'm really the only chiropractor on the block. And then you wonder, what they do as careers. And then they come in with a new, cars now are like $100K, by the way, people. If you want a big SUV, like, I don't know about you, we're shopping right now. They pull up with the new Escalade. I'm like, I know what you do. Like, how are you? That's like a $1,400 a month payment. What are you doing? Like, anyways, that's just me. Maybe they're doing really well. Maybe they're really good with money. Maybe they're better than I am with money. I don't know. But the new shiny thing, and I have friends that new cars every 3-4, and they're so far in debt. Like, they don't pay off their credit cards. I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't make any sense. Some of you are driving me nuts with this. If you're struggling, there are no laterals. It is your career. Whatever it says on that degree that you got from that school, you got to stick and do that really well and learn how to do it. Because you will. And there's 2 ways to do it: in your own space or in someone else's space as an associate or an independent contractor. Either way, you got to build that business, the mothership, before you start thinking about laterals. Or you completely quit this and do the other thing. 50% of chiropractors that graduate chiropractic school are actually practicing chiropractic after the date. 50%. The other 50% are doing other stuff, insurance, whatever. I'm not joking. That's okay. It's because it's not an easy business. But for you that are here and engaged, you're watching this on a whatever day it is, and you're sitting there and you're trying. I feel you. I can feel you doing these videos. I'm doing them for you. Stick to that. For those of you that are like, man, I see week, I pay myself like $9,000 a month. I got a 401k. I got a Roth account. I'm like, wow, okay, you pay yourself first. You're doing it right. Like, yeah, but I mean, there's got to be more, right? I'm I'm like, there's always more. You can always do more. You are ready for a lateral. Either more new patients in your office or a lateral. The older docs are not excited about more volume. Because they're just, I think, physically getting tired. I went through a hand thing last year where I thought I fractured my hand or a bone. Like, I was like, man, this is too much. So, and hence the laterals, right? That was for me. That was a wake up call. Like, stop with the volume increases. Give everything to the associates. Don't worry about it. They will do well and they will appreciate it, and your patients are going to love it. And it's been working, and they're great people. I'm lucky to have each and every one of them. Now that's what's opened me up to doing laterals like that. So we have the weight loss program. We have the spinal decompression. Look into this, get table, the DOC table, the Chattanooga pull. I mean, there's a lot of it, the DRX 9. I mean, you want to level it up. I mean, these things are laterals in your office. And a couple associates are always like, aren't we a family practice? I'm like, yeah, but people get disc herniation. It's a perfect lateral to your office. And then there's campaigns you can do and marketing that you can do that really can bring, I'm not kidding, guys, 10, 20K a month, 30. We had a 30K a month where you're doing decompression, and it's like, strap them in. CAs can strap them in, a button. They look on their phone. I'll be back in 16 minutes. Like, literally. And then we can have campaigns, and then your case value average goes from 2,000 to you're adding another 2,000 on top of it for decompression. So you're doing chiro and I mean, that's a very smart lateral. If you haven't looked into decompression, you have this space. I had one doc's like, I want to do it. He's looking into it and he's like, I have nowhere to put this table in my office. And we're thinking about, well, just move a chiro table. Long story short, he couldn't do it. He still got it. He does it out in the open, like almost like in a hallway. I was like, it doesn't matter. It's a chiro office. You can do whatever you want. Huge one. Weight loss, another huge one. Lasers, another huge one. Cold lasers, sports, regenerative medicine. Don't bring in providers. Those are not huge laterals. I'm assuming you're listening to this video for the 6-figure laterals. If you're not, you're like, hey, any lateral. Yep, pelvic floor PT, occupational therapy, counseling. These are all 1099 type structures in your office. I like the 1099, keeps it under your umbrella, and whatever is being referred to them, you're getting a small percentage. You can pay them 50%, 60%, 70%, whatever you want of what they bring in. And then the 30% instead of rent for a room, unless you're giving them a key to lock the room and they have it 7 days a week, 1099 them, because you have a reason to refer to them. The other ones that we're getting paid, W-2 burn out because they're not making what they want to make. You're not referring enough. So it all depends. And it's got to stick in line with what you do in your office. You want to keep it under the umbrella, under the brand, under the feel in your community of what you're doing to get going. When we first launched a weight loss, we got a couple emails back saying, I really feel like you're pushing me to lose weight. Like, these were responses from people. And the 3 emails that we got, to be honest with you, they're like, yeah, man, you guys are really pushing this. I'm like, no, it's a new program. We're pushing it to make sure people know that we do it. We're not calling you any names or anything. It's just, this is what we do. And, you move on from this stuff. It doesn't phase us, but we listen. We're like, oh yeah, is this changing our identity? Are we really pulling away from? No, it's not. It's not, because the older patients are coming back to try the new stuff, and it's always good there. Do you always need to be new laterals? No, pick strategic ones. And that's what we do in office. So this is how we grow people's businesses. When I'm coaching them, I'm like, dude, you're totally ready for a lateral. This is a story from 4 months ago. We talked about this, 2 laterals for this guy. And we still coach. He's up in Canada. And we're like, decompression, let's do it. Let's get it in there. Sorry. And it was neuropathy going. I just started talking to him again after Christmas. And he was like, dude, I did 40K more in December than shattered my monthly record by $40,000. And he was doing 60 something. Yeah. I say I did 102,000 last month. And he's on pace for that for January. We'll talk about that. Like that, like honestly, months, like he just figured it out, implemented, did a dinner, invited people to it, hired a marketing company to do the dinner. Like, there's ways, and bam, did it. Don't credit the marketing company. They have their system to it. It was him making sure that this fits his brand, it fits his patient base, and it absolutely did. He's only one of a few people in his town that does this. So great idea for that, right? Great idea for that. The weight loss one is more of like marketing to your patients, because weight loss is very difficult to mark. You're going to get flagged. You're going to get banned from Facebook. You're going to get banned from Google. Be careful. You cannot guarantee weight loss. You cannot promote weight loss. You cannot promote body dysmorphia in any way, which I 100% support. I agree with that. Just tougher to market. It's more of an internal dialogue in your office, and then, external, and then with social media posting. That's why you want a large audience in your social media. So when you announce things on the megaphone, there's people listening. There's people on the other side. Remember, you can't be loud to build your social media. You got to build your social media and then be loud. This is a good podcast. This was just me just kind of throwing a bunch of ideas all together. Laterals. Are you ready or are you not? You need to know for sure, because if you're not ready and you do it, in the worst case scenario, you know how they say, did you die? You may die. Your business could die, because some of these laterals that you put, like a DRX 9000, going in there and buying $100,000 machine with a $2,000 a month lease payment in a business that you only make, $12,000 a month right now. It makes sense. You're doing the math in your head. You're like, well, yeah, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Don't do it. All right. Send your questions. I'm on all over social media. We have a website coming up. We got like the podcast. This is all pod. So I download the audio from this to the podcast. So if you don't want to watch videos, subscribe to Marketing 101 for Chiropractors on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We're on all of it. We use Buzzsprout for that. So log in, listen to it while you're driving. Give me content, send me emails, tell me what you want to hear about, and then tell me what you want me to upload to the group. It's a private group that you're a part of for free, but I can put it with a bunch of files. I can do a file dump. I can do whatever you want. We can shoot unique videos of how to run ads, whatever you guys need. And then I'm going to have a back-end access on our new website for you that you can just log in, have access to everything. Our courses, how to do ads, how to do Google, how to be HIPAA compliant. You can give that password to your CA. They can do it for you. Hunch, or wink, wink, nudge, nudge, right? All that good stuff. I love you guys. Have a great week. Take care.